Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Gambo here, and welcome back to another round of War Thunder Ground Forces. So today I'm going to take you for a ride in my Panther F, or also called and also known as Panther Ausf.F, or called, as you see here, Panzerkampfwagen V, or Panzerkampfwagen 5, because the V stays for the Romish 5. So, Panzerkampfwagen 5, Ausführung F. Personally, I have to admit that my relationship to this vehicle, to this tank, is some kind of love-hate relationship, because I like the way it looks. That's what I love about it. What I do not love about it, there is one more point that I do love about this tank, is when you do have fully unlocked and equipped with everything that's available for this tank, it still is a very challenging machine. You need to play pretty good, or in my opinion, you need to do good, to apply a lot of skill as a player to do well in this tank, because it's still, I mean, take a look into the research tree and you immediately recognize, oh my, you immediately recognize, oh my god, this tank is not only tier 5, but it also has 6.7 battle rating, and you shouldn't forget this battle rating get lowered if I'm not totally wrong about it. Previously it had a far higher, it has slightly higher, I think it was 7.7 or 7.0, something like that, which made it very, very hard to drive it against some of the fancy Russian machines like T-44 or IS-3. It was pretty hard to get into combat against them, because these are very, very hardcore tanks. Yeah, believe it or not. Especially when you start to drive the Panther Ausführung F, you will recognize very, very soon that the 75 PzKpfw leaks of packing a punch. It's not only, it will has his issues by penetrating the frontal armor, as an example, not only of the IS-3, but already the frontal armor of a T-44 will be very, very challenging. I mean, no, that's wrong. Let's take a short look about the armor of a T-44. So, T-44, as you know, it's a good tank. It really is. No matter what anyone tries to tell you, it is a very, very strong tank, on my opinion. It's a very complete machine. It has good firepower. It has a good, accurate 85mm gun, which already is able to, or already has the opportunity to use APCR, which makes this tank even on long range pretty well. It makes a good machine, and it has great mobility and also great frontal armor. Don't get me wrong, it's not indestructible, but it has good frontal armor. I mean, when you take a look on the front size, it has 100. This area here, yeah, this little area here has 120mm thickness, which you will penetrate when you're able to hit it. Let's take a look just slightly a little bit higher, and you recognize, oh my god, this here has also a thickness of material of 120mm, but it has an effectiveness, because it's slightly angled backwards. It has an effective thickness of 165mm, which makes it very, very hard to penetrate when you take a look back on our Panther Ausführung F. Because here you realize, oh my god, we've got only 10. The highest penetration which is listed here is 160mm, which means that even on a distance of 10 meters, you're not able to penetrate the front, the front of the turret of the T-44, when you do not hit the point you need to hit. It's just slightly over the mark in the middle and you will bounce. You're not able to penetrate. And on such short range, you're also going to take a look about that. So on such short range, 150 millimeters penetration, 123, 190 millimeter, and 132. So 115 millimeter. Let's take a look. Let's go back and take a short look. So so some of the ammunition will be able, not the standard one, but some of the ammunition will be able to penetrate your frontal hull armor, which is already some kind of bad news for you. Turret armor, yeah, okay. When he finds a good angle to shoot on, let's say slightly a little bit above, he only needs to penetrate 120 millimeter. And as you'll see, there is far more space to shoot, and all the space has a thickness of 100. This flat space has a thickness of 130 millimeter. We are not talking about the gun mantle, yeah. But this, the front of the turret has a thickness of 120 millimeter, and when he finds a good angle, he will penetrate it. And then, my friend, believe it or not, you are in trouble, in big trouble. Believe it or not, very, very unfortunate when this guy is able to shoot through. Yeah, then it will hurt. Believe it or not, it will do. With this penetration, 132 millimeters, on very naturally on very close range. We're talking here about close range, but as you saw, we have 160 millimeters penetration, but we are not able even on 10 meters when you just miss the small area, yeah, around right and left to the gun. You will already will be not anymore able to penetrate it, and when you're not able to penetrate it, you will have a bad day. So yeah, 160 millimeters, and it's like I said, 132 millimeters with the best AP ammo, and we have got 100. Yeah, 100 even. Let's say we would have here 130 millimeter armor, then he would still be able to penetrate it from the front, which is, like I say, already bad news. Yeah, he will also be able to penetrate the front of the tank. So let's take a short look on the front of the T-44. And we are taking the T-44 to take a look on it, because this is an opponent you will meet over and over again. And for me, it was one of the hardcore opponents which I have to deal with in the beginning, because, like I say, it's hard to penetrate because it's a good tank. Yeah, this is the point in the game which you will reach, where I start to realize that my gun leaks of penetration power, where the 75 millimeter hits his limitation. Yeah, for standard, especially for standard ammunition. I mean, with APCR you will still have a good run. Yeah, but you will realize some issues. So as you'll see, the angling of the frontal plate of the T-44, pretty impressive. I mean, 100, okay, even from such an angle, still 100 millimeter. It has only an effective thickness, or the material is only 90 millimeter thick. But when you just try to hit it from the front, it nearly has, depending on the angle, yeah, it will have something about 170 millimeter to 160, whatever. So yeah, you will bounce of it. It's like I said, these were the main issues I had by driving the Panther Panther Ausf.F, there was constantly thrown against the T-44, and the T-44 he's better protected from armor, especially when it comes to the frontal armor. He is also in size smaller than I am. He's far lower profile, which makes it easier for him to hide behind something. I don't say that it's only advantages. It has only advantages, but you will, when I do compare both machines against each other, I would say it's easier to have success by driving the T-44 when I do compare that to the Panther Ausf.F, because size-wise it's smaller, lower profile, armor-wise it's far more effective, and it's also hard to hit like this weakness spots, or the weaker spots, let's call them that way, because it's so small. I mean, really, it's such a small area, and only slightly below and 161 millimeter. Yeah, so drastic increasement of armor. It's not unbeatable, it's not indestructible, but you will, to have a good game against them, you need APCR, on my own opinion. This is my opinion, because sooner or later I also unlocked APCR for my Panther Ausf.F, and then it was far smoother, far easier for me to deal with them. It was still not a I win button, don't get me wrong about that, but it was far easier, because at that point I was able to penetrate the hull, the frontal hull armor, even on slightly longer range, and also was able to penetrate the front of his turret. So this was what I needed, to be able to deal with them in a far more competitive way, where I was not overpowered, but also not underpowered. Because when you would compare both tanks to each other, on long range, he would, in my own opinion, he would it would be far easier for him to pick me down than it would be for me to pick him down. Because, like I say, even with and we were talking only by using standard ammo, it would be hard for both of us, but I think he would benefit far better from this good armor than that he has, and sooner or later you would pick me out. And also there's another point, or 3 points, which lead to how do you rate a tank, no matter if it is in a game or in real life. There are 3 major points, and you should not forget that every of the point I will call out has sub-points, which have some influence on this major point. So the first point is protection. Protection. How well is this machine protected by her armor or other systems, subsystems, and whatsoever it has. Basically, in this game, I would say we have only one system of protection. This is the armor thickness and effectiveness. So this is the point when I do compare the Panther F to the T-44, which I have immediately to give to the T-44, because size-wise, he's smaller. Thickness-wise, his armor is thicker than mine. So this point goes to him. Second point is mobility. This point also goes immediately to him. Why? Very, very simple. Look at this. This machine weighs only 31.8 ton and has 500 horsepower. Now we take a look on my Panther and we recognize, okay, I have 100 horsepower more, but I also have 15 tons more weight that I have to carry around. So mobility wise, this point also already goes to him. Max speed, max speed, I have 46 kilometers per hour, and the T-44 has 49. So top speed also goes to him. 36 degrees of inclination. How much does my Panther has? 41. Okay, this point goes to me. This means I can climb higher mountains, yeah, or more aggressive angle. Let's say it this way. Hopefully, I pronounce this right. But even so, the mobility goes already to him because he weighs less, has nearly the same horsepower I have. I mean, it's like I say, 100 horsepower less, but also nearly 15 ton less weight. So I have to give this point also to him. So so mobility wise, he is better than I will ever be, because I also think that he accelerates far better than I do and has, like I say, higher top speed, which is very impressive, or not only impressive, but which is very important, especially for medium tanks. So, and then we have the third point, which is firepower. And yeah, this gets a little bit complicated because firepower has such subpoints like rate of fire, accuracy, penetration power, what ammunition does it use, stuff like that. So when we take a look on the ammo, on highest penetration, I have 227 millimeters of penetration when I do use APCR ammo. The T44 has best ammo. What is the best ammo? Highest penetration, he has 190 millimeters, slightly less than I have, or not slightly, let's say it this way, I have far more penetration power than he has. But on this point, and this is pure speculation for me. When I do compare the 90mm APCR ammo, which I have used in my M26 Pershing, then, as you heard, I was really concerned about the fragmentation. It was very. I was very impressed how big the fragmentation was that from time to time I delivered by using this APCR 90mm ammo. I mean, I know that the penetrator doesn't has a 90mm, but it's a 90mm case shell whatsoever. So the ammo which was fired through the 90mm gun, even when it was APCR, had very impressive not only penetration but fragmentation. It not always fragmented, but when it did so, the fragmentation was really impressive. And I think that we will see something familiar when we do use a 85mm gun, which, or I can already tell you that you will see familiarities when you use a 85mm gun when it comes to the fragmentation and when you do use APCR ammo. The other ammo which is available, like the BR 365K and the BR 367, will have impressive fragmentation. Yeah, I mean, these are grenades. These are solid grenades or solid grenades. These are grenades which will penetrate the armor and then explode. And when they do so, they will deliver far more killing power. So even this point, I mean, penetration wise, when we only talk about penetration, I would have to give the point to the Panther. But there is also killing power, and when the T44 gets close enough, which he can do in a mostly in an easy way because he's faster or he's far more mobile than I am. Maybe not far, but he is more mobile than I am, and he's far better protected from the front than I am. So this points, mobility and protection, already I have to give to him because he's so much better in that. when we would fight only on long range, maybe then I would give firepower to the Panther F. But when he gets close enough to penetrate my armor, and he isn't using APCR ammo, but one of the 3 other ammunition types, then I also have to give this point to him, because he will deliver a massive and a very, not only massive, but very impressive amount of damage and destruction to my Panther F. And yeah, you shouldn't forget this is like a huge box. Yeah, it really is. It's not easy to angle, and most of the Panther models, in my own opinion, they don't like to get close to their opponent. Yeah, they do work, or it's better to stay on something about in the range of 500, I would say 600 to maybe 900 meters. This is the range on which, on my opinion, the Panthers, all Panthers, work in the best. Maybe not the Panther Ausf.F, because this is the only model which has no access to APCR ammo. It only has the explosive grenades, high explosive ammo, and the AP ammo, APCBC. So yeah, and when you do have to give 3 points, mobility, firepower, and protection, to one tank, you'll see this is not only not fair, but it makes it very, very hard to compete against each other. Yeah, then it's far easier for the T-44 to destroy me than it's for me to destroy him. And as you know, we have for quite some time huge issues, or Gaijin has, on my opinion, issues by balancing, especially top tier, against each other. So there are 3 possibilities I can imagine how they would be able to fix that. Yeah, because still I haven't touched, even until now, after all these patches, I haven't touched again the KvK Tiger or Tiger 10.5 or 105 centimeter Tiger 2 gun. Previously it was called Tiger 2 KvK-46. I haven't touched it again because it was crap, and I still, in my opinion, it is still not what it should or could be in a way to be competitive. The most disappointing thing about this tank was the gun. Yeah, it was too big, too slow, too heavy, too unprotected. Yeah, you had to constantly deal with Isf.F T-54, and they were too quick, too well protected, and had too much firepower to deal with them. Yeah, because firepower also is a point where you have to take a look on how quick is the tank reloading, or how capable is the tank of reloading. And this is something they fixed a few weeks ago, or they improved when it comes to the Panther Ausf.F, because when you take a look, it reloads, the time to reload is only 7.1 seconds. This is very, very impressive. Most other tanks, or all other Panthers, which I am able to use, no, 10.8 seconds is not right. They have something about 9.6 if I'm not totally wrong. Let's take a look. Where is my Panther G? So we get into the Panther G. Yeah, it's like I say. This tank has this tank and all other models of the Panther with the same crew will need far longer, because I think nearly, what is it, 7.1 to 9.6, yeah, more than 2 seconds. They need more than 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds to be correct. 2.5 seconds longer to reload than my Panther, or my Panther F, Ausf.F. So this is very, very impressive, and this is also a way where I can imagine what it's needed to be done so that these tanks will be more competitive against each other. Because like I say, even now, even when you say when it comes to firepower compared to the T-44 in the Panther Ausf.F, when we say this is a draw, then still it had the T-44 has 2 points which I have immediately to give to him: protection and mobility. And you should not forget there was one point in mobility that I haven't even spoken about it. This is the speed of the reverse speed, and this is like the main issue or disadvantage you have in the Panther D. Also, I think in the A, G, and F. When you do roll out of cover, you pull the trigger, hit the target, do not destroy it. You just hit it and do some lesser damage, and you try to retreat or get back into cover. You're not able to do so because this tank has a reverse speed of 3 kph, which makes it, in my opinion, impossible in 99% situation whatsoever. 99% it's impossible to reverse in time so that you get in time back into cover to be safe. It's impossible. Yeah, when you do roll out of cover and you pull the trigger, it's like you get forced to make sure that this will count, because if it doesn't count, you're lost. You should not forget you will be forced to deal with tanks like T-44 and IS-3. When we take a short look about the IS-3, so yeah, this thing will quite easy penetrate you on nearly every range, no matter if it hits the front of your turret or the front of your armor, of the whole armor. It's even worse when it gets the improved ammo. So yeah, you will have a very, very bad day when you do meet one of these monsters. It doesn't even need to be an IS-3 already. IS-2, the IS-2, I think they all have, or they all share the same gun and use the same ammo, it looks like. So yeah, when you roll out of cover, you meet one of them, you pull the trigger, you hit it, and you do not deliver critical damage or do something pretty serious to him, yeah, my friend, then you should start to pray, because when he pulls the trigger and he's able to hit you, you will have a bad day. Really bad day. This is 122mm of serious, pretty serious Stalinium business, yeah? When he packs a punch, you will notice. It really is. So yeah, you will have a bad day. And by the way, to deal with the IS-3, you need APCR. You need to deal with him. I mean, let's take a short look on the whole armor turret and the whole armor of the IS-2. Okay, this is still manageable, I would say, even by only using AP ammo. IS-2 mod 9044. This is slightly more, if I do remember it right, then this tank was already, sometimes it was pretty tough from the front. Yeah, I do remember that in the right way. As you'll see, frontal plate, good angled, not so much material thickness, but well angled, so you will have some issues to just go through it in an easy way. But you have the lower glazes, which you should aim for. I mean, maybe not on this point, because here is some extra armor, some space armor, extra armor whatsoever. Here it has some extra armor, and even so, thickness of 100, let's say 125mm. It's not bad. It's not bad. So you should use APCR ammo, and also when you take a look, you will recognize there is some ammo. Yeah. So when you're able to penetrate the lower glacis, okay, here you would need to hit it here where the extra armor is, where we know, but you would also kill the driver or knock him out, and then probably go through the ammo and deliver an ammo rack, which is always good when you deal with one of these tanks. But you also can try to shoot on the side. Here you will penetrate the fuel tank, maybe ignite him, and behind the fuel tanks it's also ammo. Yeah, so you can deliver a one-shot kill when you aim for the lower glacis, but it doesn't mean even when you do hit and penetrate, it doesn't mean that it's a granted one shot. So you could have some issues. So yeah, then you can try to get on the well angle. Yeah, I mean, this is from the side. Okay, front of the turret. Not bad, not bad. Here you have a good chance to penetrate it. It's not so, it doesn't even, okay, then the higher you aim, or the higher you get, and the better the angle it get, then more effective it becomes from the thickness wise, and also then higher the chance that you just do a ricochet. But yeah, the front of the whole, the front of the turret looks like a good point to aim for it. Yeah, I haven't tested it out for a longer time, but it looks like a softer spot to aim for it. And you should not forget, when you do aim for the turret and you hit it and you penetrate it, there is still a good chance for you to do serious stuff to the gunner, or to damage the gun in a way so that he will not anymore be able to fire back, yeah, or to trade shots with you. And this is always a good thing, because then this really scary gun is out of the game, and you can take all the time you need to. Maybe not all the time, but you can be sure that it will take some time until he is able to repair it. I mean, he has then to invest something about, I think, 15 to 20 seconds to repair it, naturally depending on the skill, on the repairing skill of the crew. But yeah, 10 to 20 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds, I think, which he has to take or to invest until the gun is repaired again and ready to fire. And in this 15 to 20 seconds, you will be able with the Panther to pack another 2 to 3 shots, which should be enough to deliver enough damage or even to destroy him. So yeah, not bad, but it's a whole different story when you take a look on the IS-3 turret wise from the front. Oh my gosh, I don't think that there is. Nope. I don't know. I wouldn't go for it. I wouldn't try it. I think it's a waste. Maybe with APCR on the right angle, maybe then, but most of the time I wouldn't bet on it. It's too well angled. It's not only too well angled, it also has already very impressive armor thickness, plus the good angle. Maybe when you're somewhere on the side or from behind, the turret of the IS-3 is very impressive. It's very well protected all around. Maybe from the top, maybe when you get dropped out of a plane and you play some death from above, steel rain, then my friend, aim for the top of the turret. But in a common game, I would stay away from it. I really would stay away from it. Also, when you try to penetrate the whole armor from the front, you will recognize it's very tough. It is very, very well protected. Driver's hatch, I don't know. I think I aimed a few times for it, but it seems to be very difficult to hit and to deliver some serious stuff through it. But what I can tell you is that the lower glazes, when you're able to penetrate the lower glazes, then the IS-3 is, yeah, then you get serious, because as you see, ammo rack, all over ammo, yeah, in the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it also has ammo in the top of the turret, but it's like I say, to penetrate the turret maybe from behind, but even so, when I would have the opportunity to shoot on an IS-3, I would catch him in a moment, in an unfortunate moment, and be behind him or on the side. Then I think I will still go for some shots into his rear, yeah, to immobilize him, probably ignite him, and probably maybe this ignitement would be enough to kill him, because on this stage it already takes some time until you have fully researched the tank, so you have the chance that he has an IS-3, but he has no fire extinguisher. So to ignite him could be enough to kill him. Something that happens quite often is when you do penetrate, it's like I say, when you do penetrate the lower glazes, that you deliver a killing blow, because you do hit the ammo and then it's ammo rack, so GG, game over, my friend. One more time, back to my Panther Ausf.F. So yeah, it's like I say, it's some kind of hate-love relationship that I have with this tank, and yeah, balancing wise, these are the three options which I think can work to balance the vehicles against each other, so that we will have a better gameplay. First one would be to do stuff like Gaijin did it in the past. Go step away from being just only historical correct. Go more. I mean, we already have some ferry tanks like the Tiger II with the 105 mil gun, as far as I know, never existed, and also the Panther II. It's already a ferry tank. Yeah, there was no model like that one that we have here in the game. I think there was only chassis without a turret, without a gun. All they have were, as far as I know, all they get, and enlighten me if I'm wrong about that, so all they get about the Panther II were blueprints. So when we already have such a ferry tank, then make it ferry-wise competitive, yeah? Give him better armor, and also Panther Ausf.F, give him better armor, or increase the armor to a point where you say, okay, this is balanced. This is really balanced. So because, like I told you about the T-44, even when we say firepower wise, this is a draw, I have to give him 2 other points. So the advantage is on his side, and it is far more difficult for me to be successive in a Panther Ausf.F when I do compare it when I would drive a T-44. Yeah, so you'll see it's okay when you say, okay, we gave them, we will make the T-44 better in mobility, fine, but then you have one of the points you have to give, one of the 3 points you have to give to the Panther. It has to be recognizable better in one of these points to make it competitive. So when you give the point of mobility to, where you say it's just better, yeah, it's just better. When you do give the point of mobility to the T-44, then protection wise or firepower wise, it has to be significant better in this point. The Panther F has to be better. So then you have one point on each tank where they significantly better. The next point, you can make them equal. Let's say armor-wise. Armor-wise, you say, okay, we make them both equal. That doesn't mean that they do have to share the same armor thickness and angle or whatsoever, but you can increase and patch and improve the armor to a point where you say, okay, now they are equal to each other. And then the next point, in the next point, you can do whatever you like to, more or less. You should not. Then they can. One of these can be better, but it should not be far better, so that they are balanced against each other. Yeah? One point, it's like I say. Let's say you give the firepower point to the Panther. The mobility point you will give to the T-44. Armor-wise, you make them equal. Then you have the mobility point on the Panther. Mobility point on the Panther. No, mobility. Oh no, now I've lost track. Sorry. Firepower we give to the Panther. Mobility we give to the T-44. Armor-wise, we make them more or less equal. Then you have firepower where the T-44 loses. Yeah, on this point he's weaker, but the Panther is weaker on the mobility point. Here is the balance. So this is the way they can balance it, or they do remove some of the German tanks, and I don't know. They remove them and give us tanks like E50, E50M, like from all of tanks, E75, yeah, pure blueprint tanks, or they take them out. Like I said, they remove them from the game. These 3 tanks, or these 2 tanks. I don't know how the Jagdtiger is. They remove the Tiger 2 here and the Panther 2, and instead of them we will get some T54 or IS4M, and we say this is from the some captured one, something like that. These are the 3 possibilities I can imagine how they could be do something to make a better balance. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enough of talk. Let's go into the games I prepared for you, and let's take a look how well I did in my Panther Ausf.F. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here is the first game I will share with you, and I have immediately to admit that I am very, very impressed by the rate of fire they delivered to the Panther Ausf.F or Panther PzKpfw Ausf.F. It's, man, with that rate of fire you're able to apply a lot of pressure to your opponent, and this naturally gives you, by applying this kind of pressure, even when you're not able to destroy your opponent, but you track them, you deliver slightly damage, or even when they do recognize that they get hit over and over again, sooner or later they will be concerned enough to pull back or just do not to advance further, because they know that maybe sooner or later they get penetrated, and when something like that happens, then they will know, oh my god, they are in trouble. And like I say, 75mm, even by using APCR ammo, and I always, I never take the full magazine load with me, yeah? Even if I could, I would not, because, let's be honest, how much ammo can you carry? I think it's something about 80 shots, 81. Let's Let me take a look, and I will tell you how much ammo we are able to carry with us. So, Panther F. Panther F is capable of carrying 82 shots. I never take that much. I never take that much ammo with me. Most of the time, I have something about 11 to 16 AP ammo rounds, or Panzergranate Nr.3 this is the AP CBC ammo. And then I take something about 30 to 40 rounds of APCR ammo, yeah? And this is most of the time this is enough. Naturally, I take 30 rounds of APCR and only, let's say, 11 Panzer Grenade 3942 on smaller maps. When it's a bigger map, then I will take 16 APCBC rounds or Panzer Grenade 3942, and then also I will take something about 40 Panzer Grenade 4042 APCR rounds. Yeah, because on bigger maps, most of the time you will get sooner into contact with your opponent, and yeah, I'm not that skilled that I'm able to always make the first shot count, so I will waste some money. I will waste some, not money, also some money or some credits, but I will waste some ammo on the battlefield. So it's better to have a few shots more. And it's like I say, the 75mm doesn't has anymore the same killing power it has, or it had somewhere before before patch 1.4322 or something like that, was it, where they at this patch they lowered the fragmentation, which is delivered by APC ammo. So yeah, it doesn't have anymore the same killing power it had in the past. So most of the time you will need what is it, maybe two rounds more. I mean, sure, when you're able to deliver such a critical hit that you do immediately deliver an ammo rack, then most of the time it's game over. Yeah, no question about that. So you still will deliver one-shot kills when you're able to destroy the ammo rack. No question about that. Or to ammo rack your opponent, then it's just death blow. Yeah, one shot, one hit, death blow. That's it. But when you're not able to deliver with the first shot a death blow by ammo racking your opponent, then most of the time it takes on my own opinion, depending on my experience, it takes two to three shots more. Yeah, so it mostly it takes, I would say, 2 to 4 hits, which I need to deliver, even when this was a one-shot. But this also was a one-shot. So mostly it takes, when I'm not landing such death blows like I did here, then it will take 2 to 4 hits before I destroy my opponent. Yeah, something between that. But when you do hit the ammo rack like I did, sadly was in the what is it called, in the replay system of War from the Ground Forces, there is no kill cam. Yeah, there is no more this. Sadly was this X-ray kill damage camera, which shows you in the game when you're live gaming, which shows you what you have delivered or done to your opponent, what kind of damage, modules you have destroyed, damaged, or what you have done to the crew, it's not available in the replay system, sadly. But I also have to say that the replay system has highly improved compared to how it was in the past. I never thought, or never thought is the wrong word for it, but I didn't thought that I would use the replay system again so soon. I used it in the past, yeah, but yeah, this was a solid hit. But still, at the moment, I'm hoping that my friend here isn't firing back, because this is a Su-122P, which would deliver a bad day to me. But luckily-wise, I was able to destroy him. Need 3 shots for it. At the moment, I'm using APCR ammo. Here, a nice hit to the T-44, but he has exposed his side armor to me. And there he goes. Ammo rack, my friend. Or it was not really an ammo rack, but an ammo cook-off. I ignited him, and luckily wise for me, his ammo cooked off. Looks nice. Not bad, I would say, not bad. So I need 3 hits. I needed 3 hits for the Su-122P. And I think, what was it, 2 hits for the T-44, and here 1 hit delivered into the engine room, igniting the Su-2. Next hit him, ammo cook-off, game over, my friend. So 2 shots. Like I say, most of the time you need something about 2 to 4 shots, 2 to 4 proper hits to kill your opponent. And with that kind of rate of fire, should remember, with my crew, or my loader has reload skill of 80 points. Yeah, I buy it for this crew and this vehicle. I buy the first qualification, which means that my loader has a reload skill, a weapon reloading of 80 points. And I already thought about it to buy this also for some other vehicles, but at the moment I don't have the silver lights for it, and I'm not looking into pumping more money into this game. It's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, but I also did a hardcore grind with the Americans, and yeah, so at the moment I'm far more focused on having this good daily games where I'm able to put a few hits into my opponents, get a few frags, get some of them down. Also, something that I don't like. I mean, I'm always playing when I do play higher tier than 90 to 90%, 95, maybe even 99%. I play simulator battle. Yeah, and this is the commander side we're looking at. Something that I don't like is there is this periscope on the turret, and sometimes it gets in your side, which is very, very annoying. It really is, because it gets in your side. You're not able to see something else. So I hope that Gaijin will also do something about that, because this can be very, very annoying. Yeah, sometimes. Also, as you see in some of my previous games, I have taken off the grass, which now it's enabled again. Even so, when I have disabled grass in my sniper view, yeah, but still this is some kind of disadvantage for me, because I'm not always able to see my opponent. Here, lucky moment for me that the M26 there, it looks like he's only basic ammo available, because he isn't penetrating me, which would be really, really bad when he would be able. If he would be able to penetrate even once my armor, I would be in big trouble. Yeah. So luckily for me, he was not able to unlock some better ammo, which keep me alive and give me the opportunity to deliver a few hits to him. So far I can tell you, I destroyed totally his gun, and there we have the IS-3. And remember what I told you, where the major weakness is of IS-3. It's the lower glacis. So he did a mistake, tried to advance, tried to get over the hill, and I was able, because of my very impressive rate of fire, I was able to pack first shot into his frontal armor, which delivered nothing. It was not able in such range to penetrate his frontal armor. But the second shot, with his help, and unluckily wise, I was not able to win this game. Here I died, but 6 kills, not bad at all, I would say. And it's like I say, the IS-3 did the mistake to expose his lower glacis to me in an angle where it was not anymore thick enough to deliver enough protection so that the projectile would not, or my ammo would not anymore penetrate it or just bounce. And because of that, I penetrated the lower glacis, hit the ammo, and delivered a nice ammo rack. And in the end, I got 6 kills for that. Yeah, one I got very soon in the beginning, where I killed also, what was it? I think it was an IS-2 that I killed, but after killing it, I was killed by the T-44, which was, yeah, not a bad trade. Yeah, we should not forget IS-2. I would say, I mean, it's a heavy tank. It has a 122mm gun. I would rate it as a higher dangerous. I would say it's a more dangerous tank than a T-44. Don't get me wrong. It's not so that I would say a T-44 is weak or whatever, but I would say IS-2 is slightly a little bit more impressive and slightly more danger. Yeah? So it was not a bad trade, I would say. I killed the IS-2. After that I was killed by the T-44. Okay, you have to deal with that. Maybe not the smartest move from it was maybe not the best plan at all for me to advance so far all by my own. And maybe this was the reason why I got killed in the end. Yeah? Anyway, it is what it is. I have to deal with that, so I take it. But okay, it was not a bad game. It was one of the, to be honest, it was one of the best games I have in the past. When I compare the games to each other, at the moment I stopped to play some of my German tanks, some of the US tanks, because most of the games I've played in the US tanks were not so satisfying. It was a little bit spooky. I think that it was so easy, always so easy to win. I mean, I've lost some games, but when you think about it, most games I have played in my I think M26 Pershing and the M41 light tank Walker Bulldog, or light tank M41 Walker Bulldog. So yeah, when I do take a look on my service records in the US tanks, so yeah, I have played in my M26 Pershing, I have played 90 games, and 75 of them I have won, which leads to a win ratio per battle of 83.3%. I think this is a little bit too good. Or this is a win ratio where I would say that I don't deserve this win ratio. Yeah? I would not say that I have played so well to reach such a win ratio, because I never played alone. there was always some team around me. And my team, most of the time, they have driven some Russian tanks or American tanks. So at this point I have to admit that it seems to be so that there is some kind of huge advantage when it comes to the American teams or to the combined forces between American and Russian tanks, which leads to some kind of advantage, so that they have so that it is far easier for them to win compared to the Germans, and because I don't have such win ratios on the Germans, can tell you that. And also in the M41 Walker Bulldog I have played 57 games, and 46 of them I have won, which leads to a win ratio of 80.7%. I have played also 36 games in my M4A3 76V or W. Yeah, M4A3 76W. I have played 36 games, 28 of them I have won, which leads to a win ratio of 77.8%. Then I also have played a few games in my M4A2 76W. 34 games, 24 of them I have won, which leads to a win ratio of 70.6%. And I also have played a few games in my M4A1 Sherman 76W. I have played 22 games and 18 of them I have won, which leads to a win ratio of 81.8%. So I have to admit that I don't feel that I'm so good to win, to have such a win ratio. I would say, okay, 60%. This is a win ratio and the record servers where I can say that's fine. I'm good. I'm so good. Yeah, it's like I said, when I take a look on my German tanks, for an example, PzKpfw or yeah, PzKpfw Ausführung D, so the first Panther model, I have a win ratio of 64.3%. Most of my Panther models have that kind of win ratio, something about 60%. And I can deal with that absolutely. I'm absolutely fine with that. Yeah. This is just like I say, absolutely fine with that. I absolutely would say this is a win ratio where I say it's fine, because this win ratio depends really on my skill and what I'm able to do in the tank, how effective I am. Surely I could increase this win ratio and I would have some assistance by when I would play more in squads. Yeah? Most of the time I do play lone wolf tactic. I have to apply some lone wolf tactic. Yeah, I can't tell you even that. Maybe you've heard that already. I am one of the players which had played for so long as a lone wolf that I'm better as a lone wolf compared to when I play in team. I don't really have the skill and the ability at the moment to be really effective in team. I know how to deal with my opponents as a lone wolf. I'm not really good in it when I try to do that with team, sadly wise. Really, I need more practice in team. Really, especially because sooner or later we will see Eternal Crusade. And then, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, this periscope, very annoying. So yeah, in an Eternal Crusade, I think this is the major key for win or lose. So I hope, no, I don't hope. I need to do something about my lone wolf skills. It's good to be a lone wolf skilled player, but I need to improve my team skill or team skills. So luckily wise, this is an advantage that the Germans have. This is the climb ratio, and they can climb. Not like you saw. I was able to drive up this mountain or huge hill here, but when I would be, for an example, driving a M26 Pershing, no chance. I would not be able to get up on this hill in the same way I was able to get up on this hill in my Panther. For sure, I can tell you that. And here one of the major advantages I have in my Panther, using APCR ammo. No problem for me to deal with this Sherman in such range. He has not really a good chance to deal with me, and I have no problem to deal with him. Thankfully, and I have to say this only because of the great gun. Yeah, 75mm APCR ammo. But you saw I haven't delivered this one-shot killing blow. I needed, what was it? I think 3 to 4 hits to overcome my opponent. Yeah, this is some kind of replay bug. I don't know what it is exactly. I hope they will sooner or later. No, I don't need to hope for that. I'm sure they will fix that sooner or later. Yeah? And I am, like I say, it's replay system. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that like it is right now. Here, nice hit, but I get hit from behind because one of these sneaky bastards, one of this M41 Walker Bulldogs has sneaking up behind me. So yeah, my Panther Ausf.F got hit, got damaged. Now I have an increased reload time and still a Walker Bulldog on my back or on my side, and I need to deal with it. And you shouldn't forget, Walker Bulldog has a very potent gun. He has no AP ammo available, but most of the ammo he has available has very huge penetration power. Even the basic ammo has already huge penetration power. I mean, just for example, basic ammo in the M41 Walker Bulldog on 500m still is able to penetrate 143mm of armor. Even on 1000m it still penetrates 136mm ammo armor. So this is impressive. Next ammo you will unlock 500m. The M390 shot will penetrate on 500m 188mm, on 1000m 136mm, and the last ammo which is available will on 500m 197mm armor, and on 1000 169mm of armor. So this is very impressive in my opinion. And here, yeah, here I decided, you know what, this guy needs to die. Still using APCR ammo, but yeah, my reload time is increased because maybe my loader is wounded or knocked out, or maybe my ammo got wrecked. So I have increased reload time. But now I decided, you know what, I need to kill this guy because maybe he will reload or repair and then it's game over for me. So I reloaded, AP this time, and now, booyah, my friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are not only coming to the end of this game, but also to the end of this video. And all I have to say is thank you for your attention. Until next time, here's Super Gambo.